continue. Chapter 17, 510. The impended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them. Sorry, I moved the mic slightly. What is with my tracking? The eyes look funny. Or maybe it's just me. Nope, they're looking funny. Okay. Lynn, yeah. But at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is that thing? I see you managed to survive, detective. I'm trying to do like a mobster voice for him. I'm not sure how well that's coming across. You can't tell, I've been listening to a lot of the Has Been Hotel soundtrack and a lot to Poison. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance. It seems I have lost my body. I was coming off more southern. Fuck, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course. Why else would you explain all those unnatural things happening? Yeah, I'm going southern. I can't, I'm sorry, I can't stay consistent. I can't, it just, one will slip out. If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? How could you come to this? How come you decided to save all of us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get your revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Cecil, look at you! What happened? I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. Came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought you, Cecil. That was you. Oh yeah, I was you, Cecil. Well, sorry. Cecil, my name isn't Cecil. I bet you'll remember real soon. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Who you are, and who I am, too. What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind. A memory about to emerge. No answer right now. Look, I want answers. I know, my taking the point is like, what is like, who is our Cecil? Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of him, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. Reach out to the truth. Da, 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 da. Sorry, serious moment. Ruined it. They got us good, and it's all over for the submarine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Tesmic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah, that meteorite radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. Radiation's power effect. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. The meteorite radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects.
And in my case, swapping objects!
Exactly. Apparently, there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my power has changed over these past 10 years. At first, I can only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple.
Is it? How then?
In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite, its radiation.
That's what it did? That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation?
On that day, 10 years ago. A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart, and I died. So of course, I received special powers.
Hey, wait a minute! Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right.
His missile died by the meteor.
Aren't the Tesmic remnants still there, right there in that park? At the bottom of the crater?
You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. Radiation's time effects. Another effect of the meteorite's radiation has on us that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of the meteorite. One of these characteristics is that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death.
Replay the moment of death? Ah! This is also strange and confusing! I can't take it all in! It makes about as much sense to me as anything else!
Yeah, strange and confusing. And that's just about sums up the objects that pierced my body that day. Oh god. Sorry, I'm okay. Sorry. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death.
What?
My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago. But my body's time is perpetually stopped at that moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive, and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut the guy's body with a scalpel.
So I guess as soon as the incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow.
Revenge. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives.
Our lives?
As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate.
Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping?
It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped.
But they kidnapped the wrong girl.
Little did I know. that they had their own reasons for cooperating with me.
Huh?
The objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Tesmic. They said that earlier, like way in the beginning. Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanella and the Junkyard Super. They were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, I was one of the targets as well. So they stole my Tesmic fragment, and here I am.
Fantasy probably would not have this accent at all. I was trying to go for the cool New Yorker and I just couldn't, but I wanted to give him a different voice from our Cecil. But I feel bad that I'm giving him this kind of southern, but it's fine.
But they had one more final target. You, Detective.
Me?
One final target. If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something stupid as taking a hostage.
Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
10 years later, and you become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight, I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago. So of course you didn't recognize me.
But that's why she looks so shocked.
I took possession of you to make you shoot me.
Remember how her arm's jittering and she's actually trying to like hold it?
Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. But it was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan, anyway.
And then we had this whole thing.
But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that. But then something went wrong.
What happened?
My body disappeared. Ah, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. The inspector caused me no end of trouble.
Why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Tesmix meteorite.
Because you were looking into Jowd's case. They thought you would find out about Tesmix sooner or later.
Well, that answers a lot of our questions.
And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for the water pressure to crush the submarine.
Oh no!
I forgot they actually said crush submarine in this game. Okay, but why the fuck does Cecil exist? We'll get to it. Yeah, that's like the one thing we don't have an answer yet. What about our Cecil? There's no cores that link from here to the water surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and... There are no communication cables down this deep. They're meant for the submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. There's no escape.
I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years.
You what?
This feeling. Cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine. Sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along.
Oh no, Camille, no, go back to sleep. You don't need to see this.
Lynn? Camilla! Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh, If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry!
That's funny. What is it, Cecil? I already fucked up on his accent again. There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all that trouble detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Tesmic fragment and escape, if that was what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter now. Why now? We'll never find it again. Hey, we have no idea where it was launched to.
Wait a minute! Yes, we do! This will tell us where Detective Jowd is!
That present from the Inspector in White.
And that's right! Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet is still in that person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this!
But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there?
We should be able to figure something out between the three of us! With our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Right! Oh, and wait a minute! What about a torpedo?
A torpedo?
In any case, it's way too early to give up!
Huh. It looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope.
And come on, let's get started!
Alright, let's go! Nice. Why is this machine shoving grapes at me?
Well, it looks like... This looks like the private cabin of a top officer, doesn't it? And this machine is probably for feeding him grapes while he lies in bed. Oh, that sounds heavenly!
No, do not eat grapes. I've been thinking about this for a while now. But don't you think that country use of technologies is a little off? That's the guy who made a deal with said country.
Anyway, it looks like the arm of this machine is a bit busted.
Works for me. Torpedo room.
The torpedo room, huh?
There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out.
Oh, I get it. You're going to use a missile to ram the control room.
Well, I don't ever know about ram. We just don't want to blow up Detective Jowd. We don't want to blow Detective Jowd up. Oh my god, I could not get that out. But something like that.
And we'll climb to the torpedo room, too. Up is definitely safer.
Okay, I'll see you there then.
It looks like the torpedo can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I Guess this is the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me! Missile!
I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo.
And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now.
Okay, let's try it.
Good luck!
Okay, what think I'm gonna do? Gotta keep the glasses, they're cool! The switch won't budge, maybe it's broken? I don't think the entire device is broken though. It would probably work fine if I only could move the switch. I just have to find some way to move it somehow. But I can't do that with my powers alone. Let's see. No, not to Lynn.
What happened to these two ladies?
I think that's up to us and our powers.
What?
This is no time to be standing around unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength missile?
Me? Of course I will! Count on it!
Okay, now we can switch back to missile. Okay, we just had to get the one that wasn't stuck. Because that's how that works. There we go! The torpedo looks serviceable.
All set on this end too. But something's odd.
What is it?
Command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking.
Sinking.
Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened.
I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, they're the same shape, and that's all that matters. As long as they're the same shape, then Missile can switch them.
Right, okay. Hop onto the missile. I'll launch it for you.
Okay, thanks. Fortunately, this does mean we're leaving them.
I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head towards the command room where Detective Child is. 12 seconds after launching, it will pass by the command room for an instant. And that instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over into the command room.
Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile?
I'm sorry. I can't go.
What?
I just can't. How can I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it.
Missile.
I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Cecil.
I can't do it either. Can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels.
I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn!
You staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Cecil, you might be able to make something happen. And that's our only hope.
But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never, ever again. Even if I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla. I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camilla!
And that's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw this switch. We're ready. Let's see if I can save again. I don't think you can mess up.
Cecil?
Yeah?
We never found out who you really were. but that doesn't matter now. All I know is, I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything.
And I'm glad I met you, Detective.
And we're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile?
That's right. We promised, little lady.
Of course we will! I'll never forget you, no matter what happens.
Here goes then.
Good luck, friend!
These last 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. How can a ray of light of hope reach this far down into the deep sea? Or I can think of an answer. The 12 seconds are up. Okay, yeah, it does it automatically. I thought it did. I couldn't remember. And of course, Jowd's dead. Detective Jowd!
I bet that big masked man did this! I'm going to bite him!
You better not. You might break your teeth. Commander Room has lost power and is sinking. I wonder what this masked man is going to do.
Detective Jowd!
Alright, what happened? Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Cecil? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How was Camilla? What about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. We don't really have time. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine Yorna. The submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. Oh, I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You! You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you Yomiel? So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yomiel? That's right. But those people on the Yorana were calling you Cecil. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. About Yomiel. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you?
System engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. God, I forgot this was his job too. Shit, I gave him like a dumb voice. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Pomeranians are great! Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. Oh, I completely fucked the voice there. The goal was to build a new system using multidimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government. I love dogs in general. I love cats too, so.
It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about.
To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also a target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. This just took a hard turn. Like, wait a minute. I never thought for the life of me I ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. 10 years ago. Listen, the second the meteorite was entered into the story, this went from ghost to what? My soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear. But I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was a twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. The deal. Yeah, it went from fun to like, holy shit, this game got dark! Like, you look at like how colorful the palette is and all the characters and like a lot of the humor, and it's like, holy shit. That's what I love about this. It's deep. Like, some people will look at this and not think that much, but like, when this game came out, Capcom kind of blamed it for the poor year they had because the original didn't sell that well. But of course it became a cult classic and they remade it. Or, yeah, remastered it. But, which is dumb for them to blame. Everyone's like, what the hell? But, because people didn't know. They just like, oh, this looks silly. This was also during the era, DS, but also, unless a game looks hyper-realistic, no one cares. Blah, 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 blah. Caw? Your power of cognition. I'm not gonna say anything. But remember, I played this before, so I know what's happening. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of that deal? A new life. Life. I asked them for 2 conditions. It's not that, but just wait. Number 1 was that they helped me with my revenge plot. And the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth, a new beginning, okay? I didn't care if it was fake life, an artificial life. Just wanted a physical receptacle soul for my body, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. And finally, I wanted to die surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked for them. than full. Completely man-made life. That's right. I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew I would have to take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask the national government to help me. And this was the response, and the response in the end was betrayal. He literally, he was being essentially immortal. Is that question of like, yeah, you live forever, but you'll be lonely. And this was just 10 years he felt this way, and it just turned him into just a depressing person. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to the country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Tesmic was all about. And you had no idea they were doing this. None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Tesmic meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulator incident, research was conducted in this country too. And a report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanella and that old pigeon guy, eh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance just in case. Surveillance, huh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times.
Don't tell me the odd leaflet guy is one of them!
No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. That park was like a silent battlefield on the international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Tesmic meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Tesmic meteorite. So that's it. So you upshots of your grand deal. So the upshots of your grand deal was this, huh?
Right? And they did jack shit. They did jack shit. Here's the thing. It was probably because it was Camilla. I guarantee you, if it was the actual prime minister's daughter, they would have jumped in because they would probably recognize her. But it wasn't. It was Camilla. They're like, well, this random kid's kidnapped. Whoops. We can't jeopardize the possibility of a meteorite, but a kid getting kidnapped, whatever. Show the priority, right?
Yeah, in the end, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. Hey Jim, I think some kid's getting kidnapped there. Not my job, not my problem. Right? What's that? You managed to steal me away at the bottom of the sea. Seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course.
What? What good would that do now?
But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we save them!
And we can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. You've been guided... I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now.
Oh, what the fuck? I went to the other voice. Shit. I won't give up now. Sorry! Got my Sissels mixed up. Or, now it's Yelmiel. So, Yelmiel and Sissel. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go, then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. I will probably never try to attempt this many voices again in, like, anything. I will read them. I'll put emotion if there has to be emotion, but that's it. So, where are we headed? We're not heading to Adiwa, Detective. What?
There's only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We'll run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too! You know how fucking hard it was not to do a robot voice for this? I wanted to do a more monotone voice for him, but I was worried it would give it away! So I didn't! I'm like, damn it, I really want to do a robot voice! But by the way, I am not human, Detective. I am a remote control robot, Detective. What? Your country's use of technology. It's just plain off. We get that a lot, Detective. Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sid likes to provide against any possibilities, no matter how small, Detective. Possibilities? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, Detective. Now it's time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Ugh. Camilla, forgive me. Fucking turret gun. It isn't over yet.
It isn't?
Remember what's that big masked man said? Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning the situation around. Yomiel doesn't seem too sure about that. Alright. Huh?
What is it, Detective?
Look at Yomiel's shell. Oh, he's a robot, so Yomiel can't manipulate and clever, right? Because Yomiel can manipulate objects, but I guess a robot is not possible. There's no aura emitting from his body. Of course there isn't. Of course there isn't. The Tesmic fragment is gone. Did this change be a shell? Give us some kind of lead? I figured it out. I know that this possibility, no matter how small, is what they're. I'm giving up trying to do an accent for him. Sorry, I know I did it so long. I'm giving up. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is that they are afraid of. What is? What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of the Tesmic. His body cycled between the moment that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Tesmic fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Tesmic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back. Back to 4 minutes before your death.
But wait a minute! Exactly when is that death?
That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move! Okay, the thing is you can look around and they would realize they can't stop the turret. But since we went straight to Yomiel, "4 minutes before death, I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it, the final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all of the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. Yeah, I told you chapter 17 was mostly talking. All right, the final chapter, let's go! Final chapter. Take a drink. When was Yomil's death? It was 10 years ago when the Tesmic meteor fell. We traveled back through time, and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. 4 minutes before death. 10 years ago. Because he died 10 years ago.
It's ready!
Hold it! Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Now, just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt. That had to hurt. Are you okay? You're all right now. Are you hurt?
You saved me, mister.
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. So, that's the Tesmic meteorite, huh? It's beautiful looking at it from this angle. Thank you for the hydrate! I need it! My throat's dying! And Stretch, how you doing? Thanks. My throat is dying. I should have refilled my water too during the break, but it's fine. It changed all our fates completely. We can't stop Tesmic from falling from the sky. But we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away.
Hi, Tora. Hi, buddy. Ready for the ending? Yeah? Yeah? Did you want to play some of the voices? Sorry. They actually recorded the cat. The meow.
I mean, every single time we've gone back and changed fate, we've changed it. So the old one, basically, once we change it, the old one doesn't exist anymore. So no worries about that. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. My fate is to die here, then I accept it. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future.
Okay, let's get started!
trick time. Now, how are we going to save you? If Lynn would just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything. When her sweet potato is almost ready, she's not going to budge from that spot. But you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl all alone in the park, listening to music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have?
Doesn't everybody have at least one day in their lives like that? Give her a break!
Anyway, if Lynn won't budge from that spot, then we'll just have to have the fragment move instead. Headphones. Basket. Nozzle. Okay, that's a very Japanese thing. It's just something they do. It's a very, like, a thing you do in the fall, like a common thing you do in the fall in Japan. So it's like, it's a very Japanese thing. That's why she's there. Can't reach. Versus sweet potato. What can match? Basket. Nozzle. Nozzle. Might have to wait. Yeah, might have to wait until she gets picked up by Yomiel.
It's ready.
It's just a normal, it's just a snack, you know. Okay. Just, okay.
What are you doing? You're gonna hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears!
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, at least her fate has changed, albeit ever so slightly. It does count! Okay. Pocket basket. Okay. Yes, a black cat did come out of the basket. Yeah, we saw a black cat earlier. We've seen the cat a couple times. Well, we've seen a black cat a couple times, I should say. But that one had a red scarf. This one doesn't. Go over. Oh shoot, I was supposed to write it. Fuck. I messed up. I was supposed to ride the potato over. Alright. Move you over. Move you over. Get up there. Rock the basket. Yes, I know time is passing. I know.
Oh, look at that sweet potato! That big, scary sweet potato!
That's not a sweet potato missile. That's minnow.
Oh, right. Of course. Now look at them, the potato and minnow. Right now, they both have the same shape.
So you're saying we could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile.
Okay, Here I go, and I'm gonna need your help.
My help? I'm trying to get to it without it being... Wait. Oh. Trying to hurry. Okay, swap. Oh, look! The lamppost is bending!
But it hasn't broken yet!
It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It might just hold out for a little longer. Well, if I recall, the Tesmic fragment smashed through the glass lantern on the way down. But if Minnow sits firmly in its way, then fate should be changed!
It's about time for the meteorite to come down!
Don't worry, Missile. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path.
Okay, that giant sweet potato! If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can!
Ouch. Anyway, now that the fragment's path is ought to change... Did we do it? There! How's that?
Look, the fragment's course! It changed a little!
Now Yomil's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path? No! Ugh! Detective Jowd! The Tesmic fragment shot through his leg! What? But the cruel twist of fate weren't over yet. Ah! Come on, put it down. Huh? Jowd, put the gun down now! If you don't, you're going to shoot him! I don't know if it's his detector training or what. Even though he's shaking from the pain, his gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! No! I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands.
I won't let that happen!
Missile! The bullet! It stopped in midair!
I am here, inside the bullet! Now let's swap it with something!
What? With what? Detective Jowd, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here.
Sweet potato!
Boink! Oh! Oh no, we stopped the bullet. But we still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate is getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead. I'm just unconscious. Yeah, no, that looks like it hurts. Okay, so your fate of death hasn't changed, but still. This fate's just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. Wake up! You gotta get out of there! I missed what he said at the thing. Wait, there's... Damn it! My leg won't move!
It's all over! We're out of time! Miss Lynn!
It's not over yet.
But there isn't anything else to swap it with!
Why don't we just let it play out, and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact that her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain, like a scar in her psyche. I won't let that happen not if I can help it.
Well, what can we do now? Even if we work together.
I think there might be something that can be done.
What is it? What can Cecil and I do?
Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yomiel! Cecil, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me, let's go. All right, I'll try moving there. Okay, now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead, though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depends on it. Give it your all. And remember, you only have a split second. Go! Got it! I didn't even read the thing. I'm just like, go. Now it's your turn, Missile.
What? Me? What can I do?
Think you know the answer to that.
Okay, got it.
You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position.
But even if I swap them, it'd still be right above Miss Lynn.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them.
Okay, didn't...
Oh, it's no use. We can't stop that horrible minnow.
What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or 2 helped. Oh, it helped all right. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean... That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body! Ye gods! We did it, though. We saved Lynn. Oh, you're awake. Take a drink.
Hey, mister. Is your knee okay?
Oh. Huh? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt.
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the one who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. Do you think you could call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could.
But... What's that?
This is a detective badge. We give them to children who have been very brave.
A detective's badge?
Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Are you alive? Yeah. Sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. I see. But, you know, I'm glad it happened.
Hey, mister! We found this kitten. It was over there.
Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray.
It's kind of limp. Is it okay?
I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything.
Poor little kitty.
How about if we take it to my house and I'll look after it? Or how about I'll take it to my house and look after it. Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Well, it looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Cecil's. Cecil? The name Cecil echoes in my head. That's my real name. These long, lonely 10 years. You were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? Yeah, Cecil is the cat! Old friend. Cecil is the cat the whole time! When you said earlier about cat night lies, I'm like, you have no idea! And this is why Cecil can't read. Such common knowledge he does not know because he's a cat. For the same reason Missile doesn't know because Missile's a dog. There are clues, like you play, and there's clues hidden out that he's not human. I think I finally remembered. 10 years ago, I was like a little kitten that would wander into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Hold it! Tora's like, okay, can I play the cat now that the secret's out? Can I play the cat now? Yeah, I think an earlier one I go, you want to voice a character, Tora? Like, I was basically kind of hinting it was the cat. Somebody, please look at me. Buckland's first shot. Yeah, she shot at the bag. The cat came out of the bag. But because the fragment was in the body, was in Yomiel's body, like you'll see, it'll show here in a second, but yeah. Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt. Somebody, please reach a hand out to me. I had just only died at that time. I had lost everything, my life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten. With no recollection of who I was, I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memory and went back to being just a cat. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. A took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see. Just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. Like I told you guys, this game, the twist in this game, like, no, they're gonna keep coming. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yomiel." The man named me Cecil. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects. But then, after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. Just a little? A little, he says. I wanted light. Distorted, artificial light. Now we're back here. And yeah, I already kind of spoiled, but yeah, I mean, now when you know. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. Yeah, her first shot. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. Black Cat. I was possessing Cecil then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away, after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. Cecil was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Cecil, there inside the bag, was dead. What? Poor kitty. I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Cecil inside that bag. Yes, that's when I lost my life, right there in the presence of the tesmic radiation. That's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memories back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at that time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. It wasn't the only dead body. Wow, that came out funny. My true death was hidden just behind that corpse. The cat, Cecil, is in the bag. Yeah, the game starts at that opening scene of, you see Yomiel's body. But you see the text, and it's from Cecil's perspective. And he's like, well, I'm dead, because there's my body. Yeah. Now that I think... Yeah, you don't even see the bag, really. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead, but even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean, I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now! That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate, and I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, huh? Fate averted! We did it! So, Yomiel, it looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad too. I think I kinda understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. Right, she understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from that darkness. Well, I guess it's time to go back. We got back. A new 10 years later was just born. Right, we should get back to our new present.
I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again!
So, these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this Game of the Dead works, huh? And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intentions of running away from that either, the most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Cecil? Yeah? When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of a lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yomiel? Thank you, Cecil. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yomiel.
Cecil, are we ever gonna see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't!
Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then.
Cecil, I'll never forget you!
I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you can come live with me now. So let's be getting back home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our own new present. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again. Wait! You think we were done? You think we were done? You thought we were done with the twist? Before you go back to the present, I wanted to thank you. Hey, Ray! Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you! Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten again. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I hoped. I'm really grateful to you, Cecil. Thank you. Oh, wait. There's more. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yeah, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know. Who exactly are you? Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. You changed the fates of many people tonight. The first of which was hers. Fucking cartoon-ass physics. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. A story of a little creature. After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress. And that's when a miracle occurred. Wait! Look at that! The powers of the dead! But how? He didn't really understand it himself. Not yet, anyway. But with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute! That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he wasn't able to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in the red in the deep, deep sea. And then he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? It keeps going! Wait, when I first played this on DS, again, I'm just sitting in the car, and I'm just, like, silent, just reading this, thinking, oh my god. He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. We're pretty close to the end. Well, probably not. I mean, you can still make some if you want. Just have some even after. And that's the other version of the story of this night. The story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? That's right. I'm Missile. It was Missile all along! It was Missile all along, but it's old Missile! I wanted so badly to do like an old man voice, and if I had remembered that they actually say he sounds like an old man, I would have done it. I'm Missile. 10 years is like that. Like 10 years is a long, very long time in dog years. You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out? 10. I told you, Missile is the goodest boy! Exactly. And then, at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time, I had grown old and my powers were weak. So I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second! You were able to manipulate that desk lamp! Over the course of long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching the man in red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. Couldn't do any of the things he could do. Like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? That may not seem like much, but it was a very important power. Especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before. On that night, the first time around. So it's not New Game Plus, it's New Game Plus Plus. We what? We've met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life to at that junkyard on the edge of town. Oh, it's still New Game Plus. I followed the ghost world path to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my fur stand on end, I can tell you. That was me! So I was shot on that night the first time around as well. Yeah, I have a feeling, I kind of wonder, part of me is like, that's Phoenix's suit. I mean, this is by the same creator as Phoenix, right? Like, this game is by the same creator. You had lost your memory that time too. You had just died, and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And then you disappeared. Away over the telephone line. The first time around, Cecil went off on his own. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time, I would use that desire of yours as our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? Yeah, so I should say this is like New Game plus everything unlocked. Not plus plus. For some reason I'm thinking he did it twice now. The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomiel. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have been all over. Then you mean
That thing about ceasing to exist. Oh, that? Completely made it up. A little naughty of me. I know. the time limit was bullshit. It's like, Missile, you're lucky you're a good boy, because that was, yeah, as he said, it was a little naughty. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way. For a cat, that's embarrassing. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. Yeah, the whole time, there was no time limit. That's why Yomiel's spirit was still around, because it was bullshit. Because first you're thinking, well, okay, maybe it's because he's possessing his own corpse or something, but, nope. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I. Missile, I believe in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did! Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Missile. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, huh? Of course. Because that's what doggies do. Best boy! Now then, farewell, Cecil. Capcom is very good at making doggos. So the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but— oh shit, that faded way too fast. I made my way back to the present. I didn't get to read the bottom half, I'm sorry! I was looking away. Huh? How come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. We won't say her, but now she won't follow him to the afterlife now, since he didn't quote unquote die. No gunshot this time. Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee! It worked! But it's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again. That's all right, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right? Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home! Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges too. Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though. How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? What's wrong with it? To me, this is a symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you actually become a detective one day? When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. Destiny, huh? And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. That you will. That you will. Hello, you didn't tell me that same little kitten. Don't tell me that's the same little kitten. That's right, the very one. You know what? This is a very, very special cat.
He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten!
Lucky.
Still a kitten.
Yep, he never got any bigger or anything.
Wow, what a mysterious little fellow.
I know, right? His name is Cecil.
Cecil. It seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before.
I think Cecil likes you, Lynn.
All right, everyone, let's celebrate. Let's start the celebration.
Okay, Mom.
So I guess she just did this again. Like, originally she did it after 5 years, but this time she does it after 10.
I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Cecil. From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fate, their lives, they were all interconnected, somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now, this is my new fate.
Yep. The shard went through Jowd's knee and hit Cecil.
I guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch the strange and beautiful pattern of their lives as they unfold. And it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while.
Yeah! Shutakumu. That is Go Trick! Phantom Detective! There is a couple other scenes. See Campanella and Missile. Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn!
Like I said, it isn't my birthday.
This is.
Hey, Missile! I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort.
But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. I completely fucked up his voice. It's fine. I didn't think I had to voice him again. It's fine. And of course, Missile's happy to see Camilla, but yeah. So Missile's technically Lynn's dog. Look at Cecil just sitting up there like a cat. All these wonderful people who worked on it. We're gonna have a couple more scenes. There! How do you like that? Not bad, huh? But definitely not good. Maybe now I can just be a great detective like Inspector Campanella. What kind of example is the inspector providing for his men? I have to read these fast because I can't control it. God, this music's so good.
Here's your food, gentlemen.
Memory, what are you doing here?
I heard you were going to be picking new members for the Postal Investigation Unit today.
So you took on a part-time job here again just so you could eavesdrop? I forgot he did that with his feet.
Oh, you have no idea the lengths I will go to reach my goals.
Yeah, this is a perfect one story, but the gameplay mechanics could definitely be used in like something else if they did. Yeah, definitely would. I mean, Cecil is essentially immortal. La 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 la, I never cooked this way before. So exciting, so exciting. Turmeric, cayenne, cumin, and curried chicken pasta paradise, la la la.
Is this really necessary, this new curry chicken menu item?
Oh, but our very best customer requested it. Now, good luck with the taste testing.
Oh boy, I don't think I can eat another bite. Get Lynn here. This will be a perfect job for her. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway?
He's not in prison anymore. Yeah, that would be the thing. Like, this is a pretty complete story. I love this game. I'm fine with there now being sequel. Are you sure that we really need all these explosives? Not to worry, Beauty, my dear. I follow the instructions exactly. 20 kilograms of gunpowder, just like it said. Wait a minute, 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams! That's a lot of money for a chicken place. Dude, you might want to move. Well, how many Tesmix? Yeah. Like, here's the thing. And guess what? It's fine. Not every game needs to be a franchise, though, so I'm perfectly happy with this being a one.
So this is where you work, huh, Papa?
That's right, sweetheart. Darling husband, don't you have any ideas at all you can give me? You must have heard some juicy stories. Insurrections of a minister, perhaps? Now, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel? Here's to the stretchy mind of my darling husband. Oh my god, let me freaking hit A. This goes in so fast. Just want to jam to the music. Dun, dun, dun. This video is going to be quite well. Oh, and I must say, these grapes are quite good, my man. The Yona is about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Before one, sir. Yag! Keep it together, man. Are you telling me to give me the case of the vapors? I believe I nearly just died of fright just now. Haha. We'll be able to bring you back. Like, we wouldn't have the mystery for Cecil because we already know who Cecil is. Cecil. Oh. Love and peace and pigeons! Long live rock and roll! Stop the park from charging admission! Protect the rights of those who live here! Now that they're not building pretending to be a complex. Yeah, I don't think Ghost Trick will ever have a sequel. But today's the day, you know? He's finally getting out. You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that. Then let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our family for generations. We'll do this and we'll have when we have a stomach ache. We call it Dance Away the Pain. Oh, I'm real interested in that one. Think you can show it to me, say, next week? I forgot I gave them southern accent. You got it! He's just going to pass it out. He gave them southern accents before. Oh no! At the last minute! I'm sorry. I tried changing the ad thing back to an hour, and it's not doing it. Oh god, I didn't. 10 long years, Omiel. Time is up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside. Thank you, Cecil. So Yomiel was in prison for 10 years, but she didn't die, and he did save her, and the thing is, they wouldn't have been in that park in the first place if they hadn't interrogated him, so there's probably a few things. Look, we are very weird. This country's laws are very weird. But just wrapping everything up in a nice bow. Yay! Now we got the port credits. Like I said, that is Ghost Trick Phantom Detective! Ah! You can see why this is one of my favorite games. The puzzles, the style, the music, the story, the characters, it's just mwah. I love it. I love it. And you're playing as a cat the whole time. Yeah, they used the RE engine for the remake, which is funny. In the original DS game, you actually looked mostly on the bottom screen. And you could use the stylus, but you also could just use the, you know... well, I played on the 3DS. So I just had the actual analog stick. Right? That's why he didn't know how to read. He didn't understand a lot of things. And I was kind of like, man, he forgot a lot. Like, looking back, it's like, wow, like, all the hints were there. It's like, why he didn't know, like, what certain stuff was. Doesn't need to be. They wanted the Tesmic, and that's who they were just there. The Tesmic, that whole thing doesn't exist now because they don't know about it. So they're just there to be the bad guys. Yeah, like the bad guys are just there to be the bad guys. But now that they have no idea, they don't matter. They don't matter. Ghost Advisor. Yay. Aww. Look at the little missile looking up at the Capcom logo. Obtain illustration. Obtain new background. Of course, it's all the Sissel. Obtain new song reincarnation. Alright, and then I also have, I unlocked the challenges. So, oh yeah, no, those are unlocked, but I don't have them all. So I definitely missed some. Take name and ail it on the second try. No, that's Shu Takumi. That's just being silly on the name. Clear Ghost Trick. Clear Soul 44 for 444 Ghost, 444 Tricks, 44 swapped things. That's where that same came from. Too much medicine. Avert fate without any deaths after the final fate change. But still a couple I need to get. So now we have ghost puzzles. So that's another extra I can do. I think this is... Yeah, so this is how... Yeah, the one prior to the game no longer exists. So, yeah. What? It's just sketches. Oh, that's so cute. Or ideas for the cover art. That bit. They didn't translate these! Come on! They could have translated them at least. Come on, I want to know what they say. Oh, look, please. So his dance move, or yeah, so that scene. So yeah, it's like the little storyboards. As well as... Oh, this is early concept art. Wait, is that Detective Campanella original? Oh wow, he looks so different. He has like the same coat, but the hair's so different. So, wait, Cecil was supposed to be called... Not Cecil, Missile? It is the same people. Yeah, this is the same people as Ace Attorney. And the thing about Ace Attorney, it definitely works more on getting all the sequels. They just released the Apollo trilogy last week, which is the next 3 games. So you're going to want to play the Phoenix Wright trilogy first. Those are the 3 games. And then the Apollo trilogy, which is Apollo Justice. And then it is Dual Destinies. And then Spirits of Justice, I think. There is also a spin-off game with another character named Miles Edgeworth that's currently only on the DS. There's also a prequel series that called The Great Ace Attorney that takes place, that uses Phoenix's ancestor, and he actually works along with Herlock Sholmes because this is before the actual full character was in public domain, so they used the Herlock Sholmes name instead of Sherlock Holmes, but same thing. Oh, these are like some of Lynn's other designs. It's so different. She looks older. There's also a crossover with Professor Layton that's on the 3DS. Aw, oh, we didn't see this one. So an unused... Oh yeah, the cutscenes. Yeah, no, that's no problem. Yeah, that was Ghost Trick. One of my absolute favorite games. I literally was just everything about, I could not stop playing it when I played it originally. I will probably play, this will probably become a yearly thing for me to play off stream now. I'm so glad I got to play with you guys. I kept saying that if I ever could figure out how to stream DS games, I would play Ghost Trick, and then they remastered it. I finally got it for the Switch. I'm so happy this is here. Even though if you watched it with me, I still recommend playing it yourself just to give it a go. Maybe wait a bit after watching. And then play it yourself. That way, it's not fresh in your mind. No, you can't play that one first. No, because that's one of the 3DS games. That's not the first one. Trust me, there are other characters. Trust me. You think you think that? No, trust me. There's. Ooh. Oh no, there's the second case. You'll get what you want in the second case of the first game. Trust me. Anyway, yeah, go play Ace Attorney. Go play Ghost Trick. Go play anything about Shitake. Just go play these games. These are great. Hey, I'm gonna end this for now. Thank you again. I will see you all very, very soon. We'll have a couple new games added to the roster. Very excited about. You'll see them when they pop up. But yeah, I will see you all later. Thanks again for watching. Have a good night or day or whatever time it is you're watching. Bye!